Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
How BTS changed K-pop marketing forever. Let's see.
Forever Ever.
BTS has cemented
And
their
ever,
status
ever.
as one of the most influential music acts in the world, not just within the realm of K-pop, but across global entertainment, and it's something that goes all the way back to the unique way the group was marketed from the very start of their careers. The success that we've all witnessed BTS achieve over the years has no doubt been thanks to their incredible talent. However, their legacy is much more than the record-breaking achievements and sold-out stadiums that have come from it. One key factor of their success and popularity has always been their fans and the bond between the members and their fan base, and once upon a time, this completely reshaped the way things were done in K-pop. BTS's rise to the top of the US music scene wasn't an overnight phenomenon. It was a carefully built momentum of groundbreaking milestones, beginning in 2018 when they became the first South Korean band to debut an album at #1 on the US Billboard charts. Since then, they've collaborated with global superstars like the Chainsmokers, Halsey, Ed Sheeran, Steve Aoki, and Megan Thee Stallion, while making iconic appearances on American platforms such as Good Morning America, Saturday Night Live, and even Times Square's legendary New Year's Eve concert. They have a long list of successes tied to their
I
name as
didn't know they
well, such as
performed
their
at the
five
New Year's Eve
Grammy
concert. That's pretty cool.
Hmm.
I wonder what year.
nominations for Album of the Year, Best Music Video, and Best Pop Group Performance, Guinness World Records for fan engagement, and a legacy of breaking through the barrier in the US music market like no other artist before them. And while these achievements have their incredible talent to thank, it's something that wouldn't have been possible without their fans acquired through amazing marketing strategies and seamless online connections, just like how Saley keeps you
Wow.
connected worldwide without the hassle, ensuring you never
I
miss a
wonder
single.
if
You
the
also
marketing
dated hassles and
strategies
Plus, you can
was
save
due
/Coop
to
has
their own
historically been
accord or through Hype's marketing strategies, or whose marketing strategies
So
per
I think
se.
the marketing strategy is what this video is going to be about, because I believe, based on the feedback that we got in the comments and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
they're the ones that pioneered all the behind the scenes videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the, like for Stray Kids example, the SKZ Code, the
Mm-hmm.
SKZ Talker, those type of shows. They're the ones that started doing it.
Mm.
Before them, nobody in K-pop was doing like those variety shows on their own channel, like just connecting with the fans, like on I guess lives and whatnot.
Here in the West, they don't really do that.
Right, right.
That's been a recent thing. Well, I remember back in the day seeing like on my favorite TV show, like a star coming to like have a little interview before they promote their album, but nothing so
Yeah.
personal. Like you're at their home in their space and they're
Right.
comfortable.
So what they pioneered is that personability. Like they
Mm-hmm.
really put just everything, all the no, well, not like daily lives, but a lot of content for
Yeah.
people to kind of connect with the fans.
Mm-hmm.
So fans became
I
attached
get
to them.
it.
So
Yeah.
I think this is the marketing that she's gonna talk about.
Stay connected, travel stress-free, Saley has you covered. The K-pop industry has historically been quite rigid, with tightly controlled images and strict contracts that often limit the personal expression of idols. In the early 2010s, when BTS was formed, the industry often prioritized perfection over individuality, and
I
idols were
think
trained to
even
project a
in the
pop
Hype company, they end up, I guess, inspiration from the strategy came up with the whole app and even made it more
Mm-hmm.
easier for fans to
Yeah.
connect with idols.
idealized image, leaving little room for vulnerability or personal connection in the way that we know it to be today. BTS challenged this norm from the start as their lyrics openly
Wow,
discuss
this is a
topics like
beautiful
societal
space.
pressure, mental health, and
They dress so
self-doubt as young
nicely.
people growing up in a strict world, and this is something that resonated deeply with all of their fans. This kind of honesty stood out in stark contrast to the sanitized personas often expected of idols, which is why success came to them so easily in the eyes of many. Much of BTS's success can also be traced back to the vision of Bong Shi-hyuk, founder of Big Hit Entertainment, at the very start of their career. As a veteran producer and songwriter, Bong Shi-hyuk envisioned a group that broke away from the constraints of traditional K-pop. He wanted BTS to be relatable, empathetic figures who could serve as companions to their fans rather than unattainable icons that the public knew nothing about. In a company document from 2012, Bong Shi-hyuk expressed his desire to create a group that could act as a shoulder for their fans to lean on. He envisioned members who were genuine, approachable, and willing to share their struggles with the world, and this philosophy became the foundation of BTS's identity that set them apart from other groups in the industry. From the beginning, BTS operated differently from its peers as they were allowed creative input in their music, oftentimes writing lyrics that reflected their personal experiences and struggles. However, what truly made the group such a hit for especially younger audiences was their social media presence, which was largely managed by the members themselves, which made the experience feel more authentic and unscripted. When BTS debuted, most K-pop acts had minimal interaction with their fans on social media. Platforms like Twitter and Instagram were often used solely for curated updates or promotional content. BTS managed to stand stand out in their industry at the time by breaking away from this by taking a more interactive and unfiltered presence approach with their fans. They posted frequently, oftentimes making funny and relatable posts for fans to engage with.
This is BTS on social media. So as a group, they didn't have individual
Yeah,
pages.
I think they use the group page for that. Yeah.
Been sincere.
Well, not the group page. I think they have a separate page for like them, the members. I think the official page is where, like as she said, the updates, like album coming out, concert coming out, and stuff like that.
It's interesting they were allowed to do that, because I think what stops others is that they're not allowed to have like separate pages outside the access of the company.
Yeah, that it was that, and that's how they pioneered it. They were the first ones.
And thoughtful ones that managed to create a sense of intimacy that drew fans in. Their candid updates and personal interactions weren't just refreshing in the K-pop scene at the time, they were indeed groundbreaking, as no other group had managed to create such a strong bond with their fans until their appearance. While there's no denying the talent BTS possesses, their meteoric rise is greatly credited to this unique marketing model that was put in place so early in their careers that showed how a loyal fan base was perhaps the most important part of the equation. This resulted in a diverse ecosystem of content mixing together many different types of marketing in order to appease every type of fan. Fans were then showered in a variety of shows like Run BTS, travel series such as Bon Voyage, and behind-the-scenes vlogs that showed members rehearsing, laughing, and reflecting on their day-to-day lives and careers. These projects weren't just entertaining for many, but they gave fans a unique perspective
They're all
into
wearing
who the boys
Puma.
were as people and how they would
Probably
react
they
in
were
different
sponsored by it back
situations.
then.
By allowing viewers to see the personalities, quirks, and vulnerabilities of each member, BTS became more than just idols, as they suddenly turned into relatable individuals that the casual fan could see themselves in. Moreover, their constant use of YouTube and
I guess the comparison here in the West would be like, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. That I mean, they're not musicians, so it's
I was
different. But
thinking Justin Bieber,
what about him?
because he was like a YouTuber who also did music, and he blew up on YouTube and transcended YouTube to
But
become a.
Did he post like
star.
his daily life and whatnot?
I wasn't there to
Oh.
watch him, but I would think
'Cause
so.
Like, I guess you could say if Jake Paul became an actual musician, that would be a good example. Because he did, he had a song, but he started out as he uploaded just random shit what he's doing every day, basically, right? Like the Paul brothers. Yeah. So if it's everyday bro, if he had more than an everyday
Yeah.
bro, then that would, I guess, but it's definitely not common here too. Like the big stars, musicians. I think here they do that when they need the money and they're running out of money. Okay, they need to diversify. So they're like, oh, let's do a reality show about my life. I think that's when they do it, but not just like, oh, for promotion. I don't think nobody comes to mind that they actively like actually do that.
Yeah, because I remember Justin Bieber was able to establish like a loyal base.
He did. Yeah, I do
The
remember that too.
the believers.
and other platforms
Burrs.
kept them in the public eye as their content became widely and easily accessible even for international fans. Regularly uploading everything from music videos to casual selfie-style updates ensured that BTS remained visible and relevant even in the hyper-competitive social media landscape beyond K-pop. Other groups had access to similar platforms and could be seen using some of them in a similar manner, but seeing how things have turned out now, it's clear that few managed to maximize their potential as effectively as BTS. This content created a
This
deep
is
narrative
great
that fans
because
can immerse
I saw, to make content, they have all the guys there. It's gonna be fun. Like they can just have a normal day and just film it, and it's easy and perfect. That's wonderful for them.
themselves in, something that can evolve with each comeback, album, and interaction. Brands and artists alike have, no surprise, taken note of everything BTS has managed to achieve and have since adopted many of these techniques to build stronger relationships with their audiences. Ultimately, the close
Now it's
connection
interesting
between
to see
K-pop acts
other
and their
companies in K-pop recreating this. Like we see with YG, even in the trainee days, that he's filming them and their
Every company now will be doing
process.
the same thing.
Yeah.
fans is perhaps the reason why this music scene has managed to become such a global force over the last decade, which was previously almost unheard of before BTS's breakthrough. Another thing that truly made them stand out was the fact that the band was able to avoid the infamous torturous contracts that plagued the K-pop industry at the time. They instead worked under agreements that allowed them more freedom to express themselves and discuss the challenges they faced directly with fans. This openness helped solidify their reputation as a group that prioritized authenticity over perfection, and that meant they oftentimes became the talk of the industry with how different they were. As the group's leader RM also once explained in an interview, BTS's mission has always been to create music that reflects their values and experiences. Their work isn't just about entertainment, it's about vulnerability and finding common ground with their audience. Interestingly, their earlier social media approach felt more raw and unfiltered, to a degree no other group that attempted it managed to reach, especially with the hilarious approach the members sometimes took, as they weren't scared to embarrass themselves for the sake of connecting with their fans. Members would share their thoughts freely online, even poking fun
That's
at
so
themselves or their
cool.
music.
That's
And
so
it's
cool. I can't imagine other artists doing that in K-pop. Even to this day, it's still misinterpreted, like, or they get in trouble for what they post. But it seems like with BTS, they have like this freedom to
Yeah,
post what they want.
I will say like yeah, the whole like variety shows, the
Yeah.
YouTube content, every group does it, but
It's you could
like
tell. It's like
you the like Instagram, Twitter. Well, I don't know how popular Twitter is in Korea, but Instagram, maybe TikTok nowadays. I don't think many labels allow their members to have individual account for that. Like when we do the individual accounts, it's really the established artists that have it. And even like Stray Kids only lately opened like within the past couple of years too. So yeah, definitely not everybody follows this path, even to this day.
something that fans today often reminisce about, as these moments made them feel less like distant idols and more like friends you were keeping a long-distance relationship with. This hands-on
That's
approach
pretty cool.
resonated especially with
That's
Western
kind of
fans.
the point about social media, that the influences and what you follow people because you almost in your head you like their friend, you know everything about their life. So
and that's the criticism with Beyonce because
she
she
doesn't do none of
doesn't
that.
connect like well,
Yeah,
not well with her
I
fans,
get what you're
but
saying. Yeah.
people outside the stands.
Fans who were used to the more approachable type of celebrity that would share snippets of their lives on the internet in a casual manner. Seeing this in a group like BTS, many seem to gain a
And
lot
it
more
reminds
interest
me
in the
of
K-pop
Rihanna.
genre.
Like she would really say what she want to say on Twitter, and to me, she always seems like she was free. So I feel like a lot of people they will connect more with
So
Rihanna.
are you saying Jay-Z is pimping Beyonce out?
I'm not gonna say that.
As they were pulled in by the authenticity and talent
I don't
combined.
know.
Especially
I'm not
since
there.
BTS was one of the few groups who would actively interact with their international fan base despite not being fluent in English. To many, this is the main reason the group was able to break through in the Western music scene the way they have, as it instantly made them more attractive to a global audience. To others in the industry, this also showed that global stardom didn't have to mean becoming an untouchable figure, and over time, other K-pop groups seemed to take a page out of their book, trying to follow the same tactics that BTS had used. While some groups have since developed their own unique strategies that have become widely praised phenomenons, BTS still stands out as the pioneers who made their bond with their fans an important pillar of their success. Over the years, as BTS grew into a global phenomenon, its online presence has also evolved. Content has become more polished and structured, and some fans have expressed nostalgia for the earlier, more spontaneous days, especially since the evolution of big hit entertainment became a significant part of their company, which has taken a more luxurious approach to the group's marketing nowadays. But regardless of how things have evolved, the foundation they laid in social media engagement continues to influence the way artists connect with audiences worldwide. And even with their much busier schedules, the group members have not seemed to lose their interest in interacting with fans, as they are still able to communicate freely and lovingly with fans on any platform they choose. Despite everything, it's clear that their original marketing strategy isn't something that can ever be forgotten either by fans or the artist, as it has now become something more than just a brand for the group and has turned into a global cultural movement. Their emphasis on authenticity,
And
relatability, and consistent fan engagement
You
set a
can
new
tell
standard for how
they're
artists
truly
interact with their
authentic.
audiences many years ago, and the evolution of K-pop marketing
Or at
today
least
can
I
all
feel
be traced
they're
back to the bond
authentic.
created between BTS and their fans. BTS has
Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible.